2 people are confirmed dead from the record-breaking flooding in central Texas. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Yager. It's 9 o'clock. A 74-year-old man was confirmed dead after his vehicle was swept off a road in Uvalde County. And a 65-year-old man died after his mobile home was swept away in Kerr County. The flooding has already set several new records, even after last year's deadly flooding that left 100 people dead. Governor Greg Abbott issued a disaster declaration for 60 counties. 28 inches of rain has fallen on parts of the Texas Hill Country over the last 3 days. More than 2,000 state of emergency responders are helping in the area tonight.
Family has identified the man swept away as 65-year-old John Mark Steward of Kerrville. They shared this photo of him.
Fox 4's Alex Boyer is in Kerr County tonight. He's been there since this afternoon. Spoke to his neighbors. Alex.
I did. Hey, guys, you know, we are standing on an observation deck just above the Guadalupe River. You may be able to hear the rushing water and see the rain that is coming down around us. You know, as you might imagine, that neighbor is traumatized by what he heard and saw. And this is certainly a tough loss for the residents of Kerrville. One of their own swept away in that flash flood early this morning. And as you mentioned, his wife identifying him on social media. Now, 65-year-old Mark Steward lived in a mobile home with his wife, who happened to be away on a business trip in North Texas when the floodwaters rose. Their mobile home sits off the banks of Goat Creek, which feeds into nearby Guadalupe River. It swelled due to all of the relentless rainfall. And just after 3 this morning, Stewart called his neighbor to tell him that his home was floating away and that he needed help. Mike Eifert ran out to help, but it was too late. Take a listen.
The front porch was detaching from the house, and by the time I got dressed, got over here on the corner of the porch, and the house was going by.
Floating by.
Floating by.
And you're still on the phone with him. I know this may seem like a silly question, but how did he sound?
Terrified. Absolutely terrified. He couldn't make it from that house over to this ground because the stream was extremely strong and high. And after that, we got contact again, and he told me that the house was falling apart. I wish I could have done more, but at the time I just couldn't do anything.
How would you describe him?
Oh, a wonderful person. Mark and Jenny were always there, you know, just really good people.
So Mark's wife, Jenny, took to social media to say in part that my heart is broken. I'm devastated. My husband, Mark, was found and went to be with Jesus. Thank you for all of the search and rescue people. She went on to thank everyone for their prayers and expressed her gratitude for the beautiful years that they spent together. Now, that neighbor who I just spoke to says that the only reason his house was not swept away by the rushing floodwaters, it's because it is made of concrete and also sits a little higher on the elevation. No doubt, Heather and Steve, just a terrible situation for everyone involved.
Oh my gosh, talking to his friend on the phone, I mean, it's terrifying. And yeah, I know that you've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of folks. You were, out this afternoon, you were near this resort area talking to people about this intense overnight flooding. What did they share with you?
Yeah, so there was a family I spoke to who's actually vacationing here from the Austin area, and they tell me at around 1 this morning they started to get alerts on their phone telling them that there was flash floods in the area. So they went outside, started observing the Guadalupe River. They say they watched it rise pretty quickly, and then at one point they decided that it was not safe to be there, so they got their family, which included 6 kids, into a car and got to higher ground, which is exactly what emergency responders want people to do. They came back later today to survey the damage. Take a listen. So I'm here with Karen Monroe. You're vacationing right here along the banks of the Guadalupe River. Yes. You told me at one point this bridge was completely underwater.
Completely underwater. It went all the way up, almost all the way to the stop sign with the water. The bridge was fully covered. We ended up seeing a car with their headlights on go over the bridge, and it didn't even pause going over the bridge. There was so much water traveling through it. I have goosebumps again talking about it.
Yeah, and you told me that some of these trees we see on here, I mean, there's no telling exactly where they came from, but you said there was a tree bank right there that's now gone.
There was. This is all a walking path, and there's usually trees right along there, and they're all gone now. I mean, this quite a bit of this area was trees.
Yeah, and
yesterday.
Just yesterday, I know. You told me, I know you're staying along these cabins here along the banks of the Guadalupe River. Tell me, you said around 1:15 you started to get alerts?
Yeah, so we're at the River Trail Cottages, and when around 1 o'clock we started getting the flash flood warning alerts, and so it woke all of us up. And so I came outside, and we started watching the river and walking through the rain, and my parents have a balcony where they're renting, and they can see the river from where they are. Our cottage we couldn't, so I left the kids sleeping and came and checked and kept watching the river until about 4 a.m. before we decided it was just too close for comfort.
Yeah, and I know when we look here along the banks of the river, we can kind of see how it slopes up right there kind of to a hard edge. You're saying that is how high the water got, and then you decided to get the kids and get to higher ground.
So the water was probably about 7 feet below the edge of that hill when we decided to leave, and then my parents still needed to pack up the trailer, and by the time they finished packing up the trailer, the water was lapping at the top of the hill. And then when we came back, we saw that the water edge went all the way to the house that we were staying at. So
incredible. I know you all then came back once it was safe. What do you think now when you see the aftermath and see the water kind of receding and the damage left behind?
Terrifying. Nature is incredible. It's terrifying. And it's amazing how quickly the water went up and how quickly the water came down. I mean, when we were watching the predictions and when we saw what the water was at versus the prediction, we knew we had to get out because it was just predicted to go 8 more feet, and it was already so high by the time we knocked on all the doors and left.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, Karen Monroe, I appreciate you talking with us. I'm glad you all are safe. So Karen tells me that the family does intend to stay in that cottage again tonight. They say that they likely won't get much sleep, worried that the river could swell again. Back to you.
It's hard to process when Dan Henry earlier was saying the river was up 50 feet. I mean, so is it as tall as like a 5-story building? I can't even process what that must be like for the people who are used to living there. And it's that deep, and it's obviously deadly too. I mean, really terrible.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. It is hard to get that perspective when you're looking at it, but certainly you can see the slope and just how high the water did get.
Yeah. And how fast it seemed to get that high. That's the scary thing, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Alex.
A couple of hours, sure thing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Meantime, more than 2,000 first responders are in the Hill Country right now. They're helping with rescues. Some of those include Texas game wardens who have rescued people from flooded homes and vehicles. Fox 4's Peyton Yager has more on the state's response. Peyton?
Steve and Heather, yeah, they are hard at work. Water rescues and evacuations, they have been taking place across the Hill Country overnight and into the day today. And at today's press conference with Governor Greg Abbott, he confirms there's been 230 rescues so far. Take a look. Texas game wardens dropping from helicopters to rescue families trapped from catastrophic flooding. These videos coming from Uvalde County. Also children on the backs of first responders to get to boats. Homes underwater in Uvalde, outside of San Antonio, swallowed by torrential rainfall.
We're very concerned about the people of Uvalde. I would say there's a community where the people are most at risk. It would be Uvalde. 2
deaths have been confirmed. A 74-year-old man died after driving into high water in Uvalde County. Also, 65-year-old John Mark Steward of Kerrville.
We're facing record-shattering rainfall that leads to very dangerous flooding.
Not much we can do. We've put the stuff in the lower areas off the floor by a few inches.
Over in Kendall County and Kerr County, the Guadalupe River pushing a deadly surge of water downstream. Low water crossings and bridges in the Texas Hill Country impassable. Temporary shelters are now open in Kerrville.
I myself today had someone in my arms crying tears out of fear and sadness.
An area of the state still scarred from last year's July 4th flood, where 119 people were killed.
I am thankful to the state of Texas and the Upper Guadalupe River Authority for working to improve our flood warning systems. Make no mistake, having accurate warnings in time saved lives today.
And at today's press conference, the Texas Division of Emergency Management did confirm those new Kerr County sirens did go off a few times this morning, 2 to 3 times. It also confirms that Hill Country is not out of the woods yet. Another 10 to 15 inches is possible overnight in already wet areas as well as new areas north and northwest of Kerrville. Back to you guys in the studio.
Okay. Peyton Yager. Peyton, thanks.
The Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country has launched the Texas Hill Country Flood Relief Fund. The fund is raising money that's going to help provide emergency assistance, essential services, and long-term recovery efforts for those affected. If you are able and are interested in donating, just scan the QR code on your screen. You can also find the link on our website, fox4news.com.